Today, we're talking about a design style that's been around for literal centuries, and it's never going to go away. We're talking about Gothic or medieval style. Think ancient script, calligraphy, quill ink, stone busts, and a lot of carved wood. But why is Gothic and medieval design still trending today? Well, let's first start with a little background. So when we say Gothic, we're talking about the design style that originated in the 12th century. This is around the time that cathedrals were being built taller, more exaggerated, with complex ornamentation and highly detailed molding. Everything was getting more elaborate, more intricate, more beautiful, from the windows to the statues to the illustrations. Everything was just getting an upgrade. Gothic architecture introduced pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and flying buttresses, which that's a fun word to say. I mean, that's just a world-class word. That's really, really good. I'm glad they made that. Basically, all the really jaw-dropping stuff that makes cathedrals from that time look so dramatic. Along with architecture, we see classic Gothic typography and ornamentation. Manuscripts were using elaborate angular letter forms, which is what we commonly refer to now as black letter or Gothic fonts. Fast forward to the Middle Ages and early Renaissance, and Gothic design became associated with grandeur and was seen to be a little bit too excessive. But later on, especially during the 19th century Gothic revival, it became kind of a romantic throwback, and this brings us to today, where we see Gothic elements thriving in really interesting and surprising ways. But why? First off, it's versatility. You can lean into the grunge aesthetic and it works perfectly for that Gothic look. Rough textures, layered busts, gritty serif fonts, and a spray paint overlay, and you get something that's kind of rebellious that works oddly well. You'll see this in streetwear, graffiti-inspired posters, and even punk-inspired designs. It's raw and it's dark, but it still pops. And you can flip the mood if you want, and Gothic can go full light sophistication. In this sense, we're talking gold foil, intricate frames, majestic statues, all evoking a sense of historic elegance. It can feel academic, museum level, or even religious in a way that adds weight and significance to your design. The fact that one design language can swing between underground album release and ancient royal decree is pretty cool. Duda actually did a great video breaking down light and dark academia right here on the Kittl channel, so if you want to learn more, I'll link that down below. Next up, we have to talk about the rise and trend of statues and busts in design lately. And you know what I'm talking about. Those stone sculptures of stoic Roman or medieval figures, often just their head, but sometimes it can be the full body and torso. And very frequently, you'll see it glitched out or layered with graffiti or scribbles or typography or stuff over the eyes and mouth. These have become kind of a go-to element in streetwear lately, and it's been really cool to see. We've seen so many of these design templates in Kittl, and if you want to check them out or use them yourself, I'll link them down below as well. What's amazing is how they work really well in streetwear designs like hoodies or oversized tees, and we've been seeing a lot of this lately. But again, on the flip side, they work really well in sophisticated settings as well, like historic inspired posters or artful packaging. I could absolutely see someone using a marble bust design as a central graphic for a special product launch, maybe for an elegant coffee brand or fancy rugged jewelry brand, or imagine like a chocolate bar wrapped in matte black with a Roman bust and copper Gothic lettering. I mean, that would be pretty dope. I'd probably buy that. Kittl has tons of these elements, by the way: statues, ornamental illustrations, and all the stuff that genuinely looks like it came right out of a cathedral or was pulled from a museum catalog. Just type in the word Gothic in the element library and you'll find a bunch of assets ready to be used. All right, next up we have to talk about the typography. Gothic fonts are just eternal. They've existed for centuries. Well, I mean, the lettering has, which they have turned into fonts, and they've survived through multiple design revolutions and somehow still look cool today, and not just for when Halloween comes around. We're seeing black letter and Gothic inspired fonts used in music album covers, tarot cards, and witchy designs, lots of fashion, especially streetwear and luxury crossovers, and even branding. I've personally seen these fonts in this style used a lot in like the motivation and like mindset kind of brands or Instagram pages. It just does a really, really good job of helping them get that kind of grunge motivation aesthetic. There's just something about these fonts that feels serious. When you look at a Gothic typeface, it immediately adds drama and makes the design feel intentional, historic, and bold, but put in an accessible and artful way. And in a design landscape that's become more and more minimal, With things like the doodle trend we've talked about before, it's really refreshing to see something bold and unexpected. In Kittl, we've got a massive library of Gothic fonts. Just go to the font bar and type in Gothic, and you'll get endless options, from old school black letter to more modern interpretations. We also have a guide to Gothic fonts we'll link down below as well. That's 3 links for you today. Our second to last point here is that Gothic style is full-on aesthetic experience, not just a trend that comes and goes. From architecture to fashion to film, the Gothic visual language isn't random or a subtle niche. It's highly recognizable and easily creates an entire mood. It's rich, immersive, and dramatic in the best way. When you incorporate Gothic design into your project, you're creating an atmosphere. You're telling a story before anyone even reads the novel, which makes it super great for building a brand that this aesthetic is fitted for. Wrapping up, we have our final point, which is that Gothic stuff just looks awesome. It's just as simple as that. Aside from the Renaissance time period that countered Gothic style before it rose again, everyone has always seemed to collectively agree that the Gothic style, whether in terms of architecture, manuscripts, interior design, it's just incredible. So of course that would then transfer into the graphic design world. You could slap a Gothic typeface on a water bottle label and suddenly the water looks high-end, and someone did that, and that's Liquid Death. They took water and made it look cool with some Gothic lettering. It's dramatic, it's bold, and stands out, which just proves that you can take something that's pretty boring and then create an entire vibe and product around it. So if you want to bring the drama and try out this timeless design style, I'd love for you to try out Kittl. You just need a free account and you'll find ready-made templates that use busts, statues, textures, and Gothic fonts. Or if you want to start from scratch, you can find all of those fonts and elements in the editor, like I showed you earlier. Let me know in the comments what your favorite Gothic design trend is, or if there's another historical style that you want us to explore and make a video about. And don't forget to like and subscribe because it helps us out a ton and make sure that you get more content just like this. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.